Sending troops overseas without a vote in Parliament. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. Justin Trudeau used to think it was very important that parliamentarians had a say in our troops going overseas. In fact, he said so when he was leader of the third party before he was prime minister. Back in September 2014, in an interview on CTV's Question Period, here's what Trudeau had to say on the issue of voting on the ISIS mission in Iraq. He said, "I think one of the most important things that we've learned over the past years is a need for stronger parliamentary oversight when we're talking about overseas Canadian Forces missions." And what's he doing now? Well, shortly after becoming Prime Minister, he wanted to change that very same mission and wouldn't have a vote until he was embarrassed into it. Now he's committing Canadian troops to UN peacekeeping, and they're not going to have a vote. His Defence Minister, Harjit Sajjan, at a meeting of defence ministers in London, England, said, "Hey, look, we got a mandate. We ran on this." Here's his quote to the Globe and Mail. "We've been very prominent about the importance of multilateral organizations and our re-engagement on peace operations with the United Nations." Well, that's fine, but you demanded that Stephen Harper hold these votes. You pushed for them, and now you won't have them? Strictly speaking, there's no constitutional requirement for Parliament to have a say in our missions. Stephen Harper just thought it was the right thing to do. Before that, Canadian MPs never voted on missions like this. It's the purview of the executive branch. They get to decide on foreign affairs, and that includes sending troops overseas. But Trudeau, the NDP, they all came to rely on these sorts of votes. They came to view them as the right way to do business in Canada. And I bet most Canadians would agree. But now that Justin Trudeau's in power, he no longer believes that. He thinks because people voted for him on October 19th, 2015, he never needs to seek their approval for anything again, like changing our voting system. He's falling back on the same rhetoric. He's falling back on the same logic. The people gave us a mandate. Now, let me tell you something, Justin. The people voted you in because you weren't Stephen Harper. They wanted a change, and there was an anybody but Harper movement that coalesced around you. If the vote had been held 6 weeks earlier, it would have been Tom Mulcair that was Prime Minister now, but because of a whole series of events, it coalesced around you and your Prime Minister. They didn't vote for every single platform policy that you put forward. They voted to put you in and Harper out. That does not give you a blank slate. Hold a vote on the mission. Keep this tradition alive.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.